Hi dear fans, friends and subscribers of Cricket Happenings. As usual, welcoming you to your favorite cricket show, the daily cricket show, Cricket Happenings. Well, dear friends and subscribers, on this cricket show we are going to have a look at two matches. So basically it's going to be a preview of the match which is coming up, and that is a very important match. As we know, yesterday we saw that Zimbabwe created the upset of the year 2014 when they actually defeated Australia. And not only that, this is Australia, I think they have been thrice defeated by Zimbabwe. One was in the 1983 World Cup, then in a T20 World Cup. I think it was the inaugural T20 World Cup where Australia got defeated in a T20 match where Brenton Taylor played a good hand, and this was the third match. But as I said, yesterday's match was of great significance for the simple reason that Zimbabwe were the hosts of the Tri-Series. Not only that, they did it in front of their home crowd. Previously everything was done abroad, but Zimbabwe, as I said, the party would have gone all through the night, subject to the very tough coach Stephen Mangongo actually giving them the permission. I'm sure he would have given them the permission, and probably they would have partied all night. Well, now the party is all over as far as Zimbabwe is concerned. They still have a long way to go if at all they want to qualify for the finals. But one thing that they've ensured here by actually defeating Australia is that the Tri-Series has really livened up now. As you know, Australia tomorrow are taking on South Africa. Let me tell you, Australia are under immense pressure right now, because one is they have lost to Zimbabwe. They have lost both the matches that they have played. They have not won a single match, and now they are going to face South Africa. And South Africa the other day, as you remember, ran up they went and usurped a total which Australia put of 300 runs. So definitely Australia are the ones who are under immense pressure tomorrow when this match between Australia and South Africa will be played at Harare Sports Club. Now, as I said before the tournament, well, one had given no chance absolutely to Zimbabwe, but Zimbabwe have really showed that they are someone that the teams have to really contend with now after their victory against Australia. And so South Africa too would be quite wary about it. And for Zimbabwe, well, everything was coming together. The batting came the batting came at the right time. The bowling has been dull. As the only thing they need to improve is their fielding. If they could do that, they are a complete package according to me. And for Australia, let's look at what Australia are going to do, because Australia are the ones who are under immense pressure. Zimbabwe is the other ones who are challenging Australia now for the final spot there, and it's a sort of a must-win match in my opinion for Australia. Otherwise they are doing their chances of great harm there. So let's have a look at the Australian squad that is going to take on South Africa. Now the Australian squad, well, you are seeing that Aaron Finch really started off the Tri-Series with a bang when he went on to a century. Phil Hughes also played pretty well. Mitchell Marsh has already sounded the boards, as you know. He also started off. He was promoted as one drop in the first match, and they slammed runs, but to no avail. George Bailey, the captain, he has been doing his contribution in whatever way he could, but George Bailey probably has not been really playing to its full potential, so that is very important. So the captain needs to lead from the front. And Australia's problems are also compounded with the fact that Michael Clarke, their wonderful batsman, has returned back to Australia due to the injury the hamstring injury he had, which is unfortunate. So the immense pressure, and Glenn Maxwell, barring one match where he hit probably 90 odd runs, has not been able to really hit his straps. And Steve Smith would probably be playing tomorrow. So that will bring a sort of a big all-round element into the mix for Australia, which is good. Brad Haddin has definitely showed signs of form here, even though they lost the match against Zimbabwe. I thought Brad Haddin did well to score 49 runs. And then we have the all-rounders, James Faulkner, Mitchell Johnson. They are good all-rounders. And Nathan Lyon, the off-spinner, would be really chomping to get at the ball, because we know that this Harare Sports Club pitch is definitely bound to take some turn. We saw that there has been a lot of turn in the pitch, so the spinners will definitely come into the equation. For Australia, it would be Nathan Lyon, the run-of spinner, and probably one would also see George Bailey put in his trundlers, and Glenn Maxwell is another, and also Steve Smith. So that I think is a very good choice considering the way the pitches have been behaving. Let's have a look at South Africa. But Australia, as I said, are under immense pressure. It's a must-win situation for them, and they really need to do something quick tomorrow. But a great match awaits us tomorrow at the Harare Sports Club. As far as South Africa are concerned, well, they have things been pretty good. The going has been pretty good for them. Hashim Amla and Quinton de Kock has been able to provide some good starts to South Africa. So that would really be something of something that would really lay the foundation for them. Du Plessis and de Villiers have already shown that we all know that they are wonderful players. They are great players in their own right. The other day, to usurp the total of South Africa of the Australian spurt, it required Du Plessis and de Villiers, a tried and trusted combination as far as South Africa is concerned, to put up their best foot forward, and that's what they precisely did in slamming centuries. JP Duminy, always a very good contributor to the bat when it comes to it. David Miller can tong the ball pretty high and hard, and he's always, even though he has not really shown something of that category till now, I think David Miller is always a threat to any opposition. And then the bowling is, and let's have a look at the all-rounders. They have Ryan McLaren, who is a very useful all-rounder nowadays. Kyle Abbott now. Tomorrow, it will be very interesting to see whether Kyle Abbott plays. And I am prompted to feel that probably Dale Steyn and Monty Morkel will be the ones who will be actually sharing the new ball. And then probably they would be tempted to go with two spinners, and that might prompt South Africa to go and drop Kyle Abbott in favor of Aaron Fangiso probably. So because looking at the way the pitch has been playing, there has been turn, I have a feeling that South Africa will probably strengthen their spin department, because they also have Duminy, but you know, to have two, when the pitch is turning, to have two good spinners in the mix is something which is pretty important. And I have a feeling that South Africa might be tempted to go in with two spinners. But again, it all depends on the South African think tank as to what their strategies are. So that is as far as that particular match is concerned between Australia and South Africa. Now we are also going to have one interesting match which is coming up, like how Australia. Now also let me tell you one more thing. Very interesting statistic. The ICC rankings are out, and see what a defeat can do. Now Australia, who are absolutely on the top, now have slipped to number 4 because of the defeat that they suffered in Zimbabwe. India are absolutely on the top of the ODI rankings, and tomorrow, as you know, India and England are facing each other at Edgbaston. Like how Australia are under pressure here, England are under immense pressure. Now India are the ones who can never lose this series, because they have taken a 2-0 lead in this 5-match series with 2 to go. And tomorrow is the 4th One-Day International which is going to be played. England are the ones who are under immense pressure, because they have been struggling to actually with the spin of the Indian bowlers. And so one has to see whether they have a sort of a tonic to deal with the Indian spinners tomorrow. That is going to be pretty important. And let's have a look at the England team. Now England, and also one more thing that I would like to say here, tomorrow's match is pretty significant for the Indian captain, Mahendra Singh Dhoni. The reason being, the last victory that he had in the One-Day International equaled the highest number of wins that an Indian captain has ever recorded, and that was 9-0, which was in the name of the former Indian cricket player, former stylish Indian cricket player, Mohammad Azharuddin. And in fact, the Dhoni actually equaled the record of 90 matches as captain. And we all know what a successful and what an intelligent captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni is. And that's what tomorrow would be. Dhoni will be making history, because he would be the one who would be the best captain as far as Indian cricket history is concerned. If at all tomorrow India wins the match, and Dhoni would have got his 91st cap of the teams, and he would have got 91 wins under his belt as captain, and that would have been phenomenal. And I'm sure Dhoni would be inching to get to the 100 mark now, which no Indian captain has ever performed. So good luck to Mahendra Singh Dhoni. But as I said, England are the ones who are under the pump here. Now one has to really look at this England team and see what really is going wrong and why. I mean, the problem has been for England has been to tackle the Indian spinners. Now, whether England are going to come up with a different strategy tomorrow, well, they definitely have players who can really play. They have Ian Bell has been the one who has been pretty confident against the spin. But again, Ian Bell also needs to come up with some great goods tomorrow, because I think the onus will be on him, because he's a very, very good player of spin. Well, the England openers have been doing a decent job, Alistair Cook and the Alex Hales. But again, when the spinners come, that is the time the problem starts. So but one does not know what this Edgbaston pitch is going to do. But as far as the pitch is concerned, I remember that the last ODI which was played here, where England actually lost to Sri Lanka by 6 wickets, it was Angelo Matthews resorting to spin. So India might be definitely prompted to go the same vein. But one thing that the news that one is getting as far as the groundsman from Edgbaston is concerned is that this surface is probably expected to have more grass on the surface, so probably aiding the seamers. But again, one has to really wait. And also one good thing is that probably we are going to have a full house tomorrow. The reason being the weather is fantastic tomorrow at Edgbaston, so there's not going to be any interruptions. And forecast is for some good dry weather, which really augurs well for this wonderful contest. And especially, as I said, this particular contest is pretty important for England. And as I said, Alistair Cook and Alex Hales have been providing a decent opening partnership, no doubt about that. Ian Bell, always, as I said, he has been a good player of spin. Joe Root is also a very good player. He can also play spin pretty well. And then we have Morgan, who has not been able to really getting his bearings right in this one-day series. Moeen Ali might be drafted. The only reason being James Treadwell has been really doing a good turn for his team by bowling pretty well. So that probably could prompt England to go for Moeen Ali, because Moeen Ali also brings the batting into the picture. Looking at the squad that England probably would be having, Moeen Ali could be included. So Ben Stokes has been having a very tough time against the Indians. He has not been able to get any runs under his belt. So Moeen Ali could be the one who could be getting. And I think that would be a right choice, because Moeen Ali would have the confidence that he has bowled well against the Indian batsmen. And probably the best bet for England tomorrow would be Moeen Ali to see whether he can actually give the same dosage of medicine that the Indian spinners are giving to England. If at all he can, that would augur well for England, and England could probably think of probably drawing the series if at all they win the match tomorrow. But again, everything is like a big question mark hanging on England here. Josh Buttler, well, he has been doing his bit, but again, as I said, all the other players have to really come to the fore. Buttler has been doing his duty. Chris Wokes is a very good all-rounder. The bowling, we saw Stephen Finn and James Anderson and Wokes bowl well. But again, as I said, everything is going to be dependent on the Indian spinners. Another thing for India, as you know, the other day Mohit Sharma was out of the mix pretty quickly, and he couldn't take any further part. Who is going to replace him? Whether it is going to be Umesh Yadav or it's going to be Dhaval Kulkarni. I would probably say, looking at the situation, one could probably say Umesh Yadav should be the one who should ideally replace Mohit Sharma, because Umesh Yadav can really surprise the batsman with his pace, and he's also a very good bowler too. But again, Umesh Yadav has this habit of sometimes straying in line. Well, if he does not do that, then I think Umesh Yadav would be the man to actually take over from Mohit Sharma if at all he is injured. Now the Indian batting, well, everything is okay, saying that India has been registering victories. They would probably like to give the winning combination. But what about Shikhar Dhawan? Shikhar Dhawan came up with a real bang in Indian international cricket. But what has happened is that I thought Shikhar Dhawan had a very poor test series. He was dropped, and now he comes in the one day, and even in the one day international series, even though India are performing well, he is not really getting his timing right. I mean, he is not able to contribute in any big manner. and that is something that India would be hoping that tomorrow is Shikhar Dhawan's day. And Shikhar Dhawan, yes, we all know he's a wonderful batsman, but well, it all everything boils down to the bottom line, whether you are able to put runs on the board. So Shikhar Dhawan, really pull up your socks and see what you can do tomorrow to the England bowlers. Ajinkya Rahane. Now Ajinkya Rahane, well, he's a very good player. Well, he has been, one knows that Ajinkya Rahane has always been a contributor. But again, there is the other man which is coming up, which is again raising a question over India, and that is Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli has been really struggling. Not a single 50 under his belt in test matches and one-day internationals, and still hunting for his first 50. And this is not something that one would have expected from Virat Kohli. But Virat Kohli, I think, would be under tremendous pressure. But the only good thing for Virat Kohli is that India are sitting in on the driver's seat, and Virat Kohli could still experiment with some stroke making tomorrow. But again, everything has to come out. But Virat Kohli is the one who is under tremendous pressure, like England, I would say. Ambati Rayudu, well, he has already shown that he's a good player. He really, stuck it out well for the Indians and took them to victory. So that would have really boosted his confidence levels a lot, and he would be looking forward to it. Suresh Raina has been a breath of fresh air for India after coming back. He also he has his maiden one-day international. He has his one-day international century too after a gap of 3 years. So Suresh Raina would be pretty happy about his performance. Mahendra Singh Dhoni, the captain, as I said, for him it's a very significant day tomorrow because if he wins, he would become the most successful captain ever to captain in one-day internationals. And if India defeat England tomorrow at Edgbaston, that would be in his 91st victory as the captain of the Indian team. And what a proud achievement! And he would be having the most number of victories as an Indian captain in one-day international history as far as India is concerned. So good luck to Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Then we look at the all-rounders, Ravindra Jadeja and R. Ashwin. Well, they would definitely be ones which England would be probably looking at a lot of videos of them and trying to see how they are going to play the likes of Ravindra Jadeja, Ravichandran Ashwin, Ambati Rayudu, Suresh Raina, and then the pace bowling always in the hands of Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Mohammad Shami. Bhuvneshwar Kumar is, he moves the ball like a banana, no doubt about that. Mohammad Shami is also pretty nippy with his bowling, but as I said, focus will be on spinners. Probably one could be tempted to say with more grass on the Edgbaston surface as has been made out to be. If at all it stays that way, then probably Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Mohammad Shami would also be the ones who would be putting their hat into the ring for getting some wickets. Well, dear fans, friends and subscribers, that sums up my cricket preview of both the matches. But they are nice matches which are coming up, and your host Ram is always there to give you match reports on both those matches. Well, dear fans and subscribers, I think we're almost coming to an end. But before I really wind up this cricket happening show of mine, I would like to tell you, dear fans, just wanting to share some cricket news which is coming in from Nepal. Nepal, as you know, have been doing pretty well as far as the Indian cricket, the international cricket scene is concerned. They have decided to reinstate the former coach from Sri Lanka, Pubudu Dasanaike, who was a wicketkeeper batsman in his time. So Pubudu Dasanaike, as you know, has also coached Canada in the past, and so he would be the ones who would be taking on the reins as the new coach of the Nepalese cricket team. And as you know, Nepal this time played in the tournament, which was a very important tournament. I think it was the T20 World Cup, if I'm not wrong. There was a particular tournament which was played where Nepal participated, as you would all remember. Yes, it was the qualifying stage in the T20 World Cup. Well, so other than that, dear fans, subscribers, nothing else to share. One small information that coming in is that Sohail Ghazi, the Bangladeshi all-rounder, has been dropped from the test matches to play against West Indies, and Ilyas Sani has come in his place. That's another news that I wanted to cover. On this note, dear fans and subscribers, we are almost about to end this cricket happening show. Thanks for your regular support and company to your to this cricket show, Cricket Happenings. Your host Ram would like to sign off for the day. Thank you.